5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Weekend confirmed.
Ignition. Liftoff. Liftoff.
Hey guys, welcome to Weekend Confirmed Question of the Week with Garnett Lee. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. If you are, make sure and tell us because my man Ryan here puts a lot of work into it. Appreciate that, Ryan. Thanks very much, man. Come on, take a little bow. Say yes, thank you.
Thank you, Garnett.
All right, dude. So I gotta give him my props. All right, so this week's question is from Brian Ensley. Thanks, Brian, for writing in. And I'm gonna condense this a little bit because it's a little bit long. Basically, what he says is he's now grown up. He's a parent, and he's got two kids. They are 11 and 9 years old. Hey, and by the way, if you send in the name of your kids, we can read them on the show, so you can get little props for them too. Basically, what he's talking about is how when he was growing up, he spent time going to the arcade. And he's asked me what arcade memories I have because he recently got to share that with his kids. I want to make sure I get the location right. He said his memories were from a little arcade in the middle of Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Andrew would be really excited to hear about that because he's a Wisconsin guy. So he misses that place. He got to share it with his kids. He asks me, what memories do you have from an arcade that you went to growing up, and what are your memories of it? Well, so I grew up in Dallas, and we had these chain of arcades in the malls called Tilt, and Tilt was okay. It was a kind of classic place where you get a bunch of tokens and like machines are all jammed up in there. But honestly, the place that I spent the most time was the ghetto corner in the back of the 7-Eleven at Highland Park Village, where there was a Defender machine. And somehow or other, Defender became my jam. I have no idea what it was. And the thing about Defender was, it was old school. Like, Defender was a quarter eater. It escalated very, very quickly, if you remember the way Defender worked. Ultimately to the point where, as soon as you lost all the surviving humans on the planet, on the Earth's surface, then it, blew up, and you went into space, and it went batshit crazy, and all of a sudden you were just dead. But it was just, there was always that, drive to get another high score in it. So that's one big one, standing back in there by the corner, by the Slurpee machine, next to the microwaves where people are coming through all the time and you're banging on Defender and they're just what the hell is with this kid? Another big one for me was Gauntlet. We had a Gauntlet machine in our high school college rec center. And we'd go down there and we'd shoot pool for a while, but inevitably, after shooting pool for a little bit, we'd go get a pitcher and we'd stand there by the Gauntlet machine and just stack quarters on top of this thing and play it and play it and play it. So, I think those are two of the big ones. One thing that's really nice is, with licensing agreements, we've seen a lot of these games show up in compilations that are easy to get to. I was really hopeful that the arcade that showed up on Xbox Live Arcade was going to be more fulfilling than it was. That's another one of those weird projects that Microsoft has sort of started into, and then you're like, wow, this could be really cool. And next thing you know, 6 months have gone by and there's nothing happening with it. So, I don't know. I think that if you look around, there are some cool arcades out there, but mostly, share what was fun about those games with your kids. It's really cool that you got to share the place and the excitement, but other folks out there, all those times that you get to share, all those memories that you get to make, it's cool that gaming can be a part of that. If you got questions, you got comments, give them to us on Facebook, give them to us on Shack News, wherever you might find us. And for Weekend Confirmed, I'm Garnett Lee. See you next week.